Yeah, I crashed my car in February because I fell asleep while driving. I rear-ended somebody. The good news is I have a 2022 car, so the automatic braking system kicked in. So I fell asleep at 50 miles an hour. I woke up at about 10 and then rear-ended somebody. That could have killed me, right? Car accidents kill people every day. And that was sort of my realization of, it's not that I want to transition from self-employed to a proper business owner. It's that I have to, or it will kill me. My definition of the difference between those two things, I wish someone had told me this sooner. So, self-employed means if you stop working for a week, everything stops. Business owner can go on vacation for 6 months and things have grown when they come back, right?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil, and today I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Thomas Morey, who's been making serious moves in the real estate Airbnb space. So, Thomas, I'm glad to have you here today. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching the Airbnb and rental business. So let's dive in.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Michelle. So I want to start this by stating that I'm 24 years old. I started the company 2.5 years ago, and I dropped out of college in December after my first 10K revenue month in October. So yeah, I manage short-term rentals, Airbnbs for the homeowners. So the reason I decided to get into management is because the 3 ways to get into real estate: manage, rent, or buy. Of those 3, management has the lowest financial barrier to entry. And I, as a college student, I couldn't buy a house, right? I didn't have about $5,000 in startup capital that I had scraped together from a series of minimum wage shops. Yeah, that just led me to, okay, cool, lowest financial barrier to entry. And then, okay, so I need to be a realtor for long-term or a licensed property manager for long-term rentals. Okay, I don't want to do that. I sometimes need a degree for other things. I don't have that yet. So that led me to managing short-term rentals because there's very low financial barrier to entry. No, you don't need a degree at all. You don't need a permit. You don't need a license. You just need to actually be good at your job, which I have been able to prove that with time. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's so fascinating. Yeah, super intelligent to get into this industry at this age. So how did you hear about this? Where did this idea come from?
So that's always going to be an interesting story. I had a college roommate who's from Arizona. He told me about Scottsdale, Arizona. Told me about how a house can make $100,000 or more as an Airbnb. And that blew my mind at the age of 21 because I didn't understand real estate at all. And from there, it led me down a rabbit hole. I was originally going to partner with him. He ended up not being trustworthy. So I then went on and went, okay, how can I do this on my own? What can I do to figure out, with no capital, no experience, pretty much nothing but teaching myself and then finding resources on the internet? How can I get this going?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So I ended up joining a mentorship program that I found online. The first one was baloney. So then I joined, I was looking around and managed to find a second one, and that one helped a lot. Today helped me a lot with getting the ball rolling. Now, it took me about 150 no's before I got my first management client. That was tough, particularly because around like 110 or so, everyone would kind of given up on me. But I wrestled for 16 years. I was not good at it for the first 6 years at all. And I am very stubborn and committed to actually accomplishing my goals, is the way I like to see it. So I changed my offer a few times. I was originally trying something called Airbnb arbitrage. I think that is a horrible idea for anyone to ever do, primarily because that's subleasing an Airbnb when you rent a long-term rental, and then you sublease it as an Airbnb, keep the profit. The issue with that is that the risk scales with the number of units you have because the rent scales, right? So if you have 1 unit, you're paying $2K a month. It's not that bad. If you have 100, you're paying $2K a month. That's, COVID hits and all of a sudden you've got 6 figures worth of rent and no revenue coming in. That's a problem, right? With management, I don't own the house. I'm not paying the mortgage. I'm not paying the insurance. I'm not paying the cleaning companies. I'm not paying the furniture. None of that. I am making owning an Airbnb a passive investment for a homeowner who is usually a multimillionaire, because you have to be to own an investment property. Then whatever they did to get that wealthy keeps them so busy that they are focused on doing that. Plus they usually have a family and want to retire eventually. So yeah, that's where I come in.
Wow, that is super fascinating. Yeah, that's such a testament to your strong will and perseverance and trusting that you're gonna get to the end goal.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely sort of a pursuit or pivot kind of thing. Like, do I just buckle down and work as hard as I possibly can to pursue something, but also recognizing that I need to change my goal. I need to switch from that arbitrage to the management. And as soon as I switched, things got a lot easier with the scaling. And after I got my first client, that house did $110,000 in revenue in the first 7 months. And that allowed me to go, hey guys, I know what I'm talking about. And then I got 13 properties in a month.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess I never mentioned how many I'm at right now. I was up to 30 under management. I fired 2 homeowners recently and dropped down to 21, but I also cut my working hours in half per week. So I'm very glad I did that.
Wow, that's incredible. Where did you learn these skills? Because that wasn't part of like your education.
Yeah. So it was a lot of research on the internet. YouTube is, seriously underrated for the value it has. And then it was also a lot of networking, a lot of finding people who had larger management companies or owned Airbnbs, talking to them about like, hey, how did you learn how to do this? Networking, that kind of stuff. Being in a room full of people that are where you want to be in 2 years is a consistently good strategy, is what I've seen. You just have to change the room you're in occasionally.
Yeah, absolutely. And where are you finding these people to network and connect with?
Yeah, there's a variety of people on the internet. Jeremy Worden, Pace Morby, Bill Faith, Mike Schrogen, a few others like that run teaching groups. And I was just at a conference that 3 of those guys were running in Nashville a week ago. That was 1,200 people, 1,200 people. About 80% of the audience was a multimillionaire, which was very interesting to be able to interact with those people, right? Because I've only been generating revenue for about 18 months. Yeah, actually exactly 18 months. So it was really interesting to be able to have conversations with these people and realize, hey, I can provide value for you and you can provide value for me. We should talk. I think I got about 50 people's phone numbers and 3 network like the world's biggest extrovert.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, relationships are everything in this space.
Completely agree.
So tell me more about like what your tasks look like in this
Yeah.
position.
So managing an Airbnb means you're involved in dynamic pricing, marketing, basically SEO work for the listing. And then you have to deal with talking to the guests, talking to the homeowners, insurance claims, weird emergencies at 2 a.m. when someone's drunk and can't figure out how to open a smart lock, and then damages to the properties, a variety of things like that. So for the first year or so, I was a one-man army, and that was starting to really wear me down, if that makes sense. Particularly because, I mean, you're getting a text 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day from guests, homeowners, everybody in between. And so what I realized was I needed to build a team, but I wasn't making enough money to hire a lot of people from the US yet. So I went on to onlinejobs.ph, which is a website to hire people from the Philippines. And the thing about the Philippines is that they speak English, and the median salary is around $2.25 an hour. Median. So half the population makes less than that, which means I have a guy on my team who has a master's degree in engineering, and I'm paying him $6 an hour, and that's twice what his last job paid him.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's definitely an interesting combination of, like, okay, the thing about virtual assistants is that a lot of people take advantage of them, and it is truly, it's not a good thing, right? And what I've noticed is that if I treat my guys like they're humans and not disposable, it goes a long way. I had a guy that I brought on as a $2 an hour virtual assistant as a trainee. He's now worked his way up to $4 an hour in a year, which is, a 100% raise in a year is pretty good. Separate from that, that's more money he's ever made in his life. And he actually came to me 6 months into his employment, and he told me that he only had enough money in the bank for about a month when I hired him. And if I hadn't hired him, he probably would have been homeless again in about a month.
Wow.
And he's one of my managers now, right? I have a lot of respect for him. And I will say that the thing about onlinejobs.ph is maybe like 1 in every 10 applicants are actually worth talking to. But when you take the time to filter through it, it's worth it, right? I mean, I've got a 9-person team, and I'm paying about $4,500 a month total. Great way for smaller businesses to do the remote stuff and be able to actually scale.
Yeah, I love that you're supporting people and supporting yourself. That's so important.
Thank you.
Yeah, so every operator I know also has a moment where things got real in their business. Maybe a deal went sideways or you had to make a fast pivot. Do you mind sharing one of those moments for you?
Yeah, I crashed my car in February because I fell asleep while driving. I rear-ended somebody. The good news is I have a 2022 car, so the automatic braking system kicked in. So I fell asleep at 50 miles an hour. I woke up at about 10 and then rear-ended somebody. That could have killed me, right? Car accidents kill people every day. And that was sort of my realization of, it's not that I want to transition from self-employed to a proper business owner. It's that I have to, or it will kill me. My definition of the difference between those two things, I wish someone had told me this sooner. So self-employed means if you stop working for a week, everything stops. Business owner can go on vacation for 6 months and things have grown when they come back, right? It's about not being the bottleneck for any of the operations. It's so much easier to scale when you're not the bottleneck for anything, right? And it's not that I don't want to work. It's that if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, 6 months ago, my guys, their families don't get to eat because I'm the one who's doing majority of the workload, right? In the last 2 weeks, I've turned off the notifications from my property management software and Airbnb, which means I don't get any of the notifications to my phone from the guests. I used to get like 30 or 50 a day, and that's not including texts and everything else. I'm still averaging 15 to 20 phone calls a day, which is why I was late to join. Sorry about that. I had 3 back to back. But it's gone from 50 to 60 hours a week over 7 days a week down to like 20 to 30. It's a huge change. So, yeah.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Wow. Yeah, that's such an incredible way to look at something challenging that became like a wake-up call for how to set up your business.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. What is like that next real goal for you?
Yeah, we're trying to hit 100 units by the end of the year, which is very ambitious, but it's one of those goals where if we accomplish half of it, I'll still be really happy. From there, I want to buy my own properties because as at this point, there's been 2 separate examples where I found a property on Zillow, cold called them, explained to them that the house was better as an Airbnb, designed the interior, furnished it from scratch using their money, but I did all the labor with a team. And then I got that house to generate 6 figures in yearly revenue. Average Airbnb makes $50K a year in the US. I think we were on track to hit 150K for the first one, and we were about 130 for the second one. Which it's good. I've seen better, but it's also like I was able to hit the revenue projections that I made. Then for a variety of reasons, I stopped working with those homeowners. So it would have been nice if I'd done all that work and actually owned the property and kept all the revenue and the equity. Yeah. Next step is definitely buying some of my own, diversifying, and scaling.
Yeah. And how are you planning to?
Yeah. I can't share most of that, but it's a lot of cold outreach. That's really targeted. I've got a guy in my team who can change his accent to sound like an American. So he's a great cold caller. And when we have the right data, we're able to actually get people to pick up the phone who genuinely are happy that we called them, which is pretty rare with cold calling. Usually you're just like, stop trying to scam me. A lot of cold outreach, the thing about marketing is you have to try everything and then double down on what works because you can't really predict like, I know a guy who's running a wholesaling company off of TikTok ads. I never would have thought that would work ever, right? You just expect it to be Facebook, but everyone's on doing Facebook. A lot of people are doing. I don't know why it's working, but he's making money from it. So yeah, just gotta try everything and double down on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And are there certain marketing strategies that you found have been like the most successful for you?
Well, you're legally limited by certain things, right? You can't do bulk text, AI phone calls, or voicemail drops anymore to cold contacts. I've had cold calling, emails, Facebook ads. I haven't tried TikTok for property management yet, but I mean, if it works for wholesaling, it's worth a shot. And then building an inbound source is the next step for me, really. So there's a couple of different ways I'm working on that, mainly ads and my website.
Cool.
While we're on the topic, it's easystayretreats.com, and that's my website if anyone wants to reach out. And email is thomas@easystayretreats.com.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, if someone maybe is also like new to this world and they're curious to get started, like what would you suggest for them?
Reach out to your network first. There's probably a friend of a friend of a friend who's in real estate. That's always a good place to start. And then find a mentor, find someone to learn from. I personally am not running a mastermind or a mentorship program. I find it's much more time consuming than I want it to be at the moment. I do know people who are doing that stuff, and I do know I can point someone in the right direction as to which ones are legitimate and not just taking someone's money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is valuable to know where to go. Awesome. Well, yeah, before we wrap up here, I know you just shared like your contact information, but if there's people that want to connect with you, reach out, learn more about everything that you're doing, where can they find you?
I would say my phone number. We can do Instagram. It's thomas.m12_, or my email, which I just shared earlier. I'm usually better at messaging me on Instagram. email me. Either one works. And I get so many texts a day. I would probably miss something. So yeah, there it is.
Perfect.
LinkedIn too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas Morey, Easy Stay Retreats.
Perfect. Well, listen, I really appreciate your time, your story, and perspective. We need more people in this space who are doing things in this right and innovative way. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Michelle. My pleasure.
Amazing. And for those of you that are tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you're subscribed. We've got more conversations coming with operators just like Thomas who are out here building real businesses. And we'll see you all on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.